Welcome back to the Lair. We're glad you can join us. This is where we talk all things Wildcat football. I'm Elby Graham. This is my partner, Luke Davis, and we're here to preview the John Burroughs game. And Luke, just get started by saying,
game.
At the start of the year, back in August, when we were filming our debut episodes, we were previewing the schedule. I think everybody had this game circled.
This is
the expectation was if things went to plan, they'd probably be 6-0, we'd be 6-0, and we would have in the last Metro Conference game of the year the game for all the marbles.
Yes, for the title.
So here we are.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's the biggest game on our schedule. We're never going to see them later down the road this year. Them being Class 3, we being Class 4.
There's no possibility that we'll meet them in the districts or the state.
Burroughs being #1 ranked team in the state in Class 3, and due to the fact that you know it, and it brings a lot of pain for us to say it, they have beaten us the last 3 years. We have condensed the margin each year. We felt last year we should have had that one.
Yeah.
But Burroughs is the measuring stick for us. This is the game that's going to determine just reflect on a lot of our progress.
And as we said already, right, this senior class is the winningest class in Westminster history, but they haven't beat Burroughs.
No.
This is the feather they want for their cap this year.
They do.
So you mentioned last year's game. We don't want to belabor last year's game.
No.
Anyone who was there remembers, right? I felt like we had a team that could win that game, but it got out of hand in a hurry. It was a special teams disaster. So rather than belabor last year, let's go ahead and preview this year. And you've got some keys to the game for us. Why don't you take us through?
Three keys as usual. First key is win the 10% and take the field. Combining those into one singular key. The winning the 10% on average of every game is going to be special teams. Punt return, kickoff return, field goal, and extra points. If you look at how the snaps break down. And so for the #1 key on special teams, we remember last year punting just gave us more issues than my dog has after she smells bacon.
There were three.
Yeah, three big ones,
and
that really sort of sapped us all the way through.
Things snowballed and it got out of hand.
It's a make or break, and that leads into that can help establish or disestablish field position. The starting point on which your offense begins can enable your starting 11 on offense to, much like a remote control robot vacuum, to work smarter and not harder.
Love those remote control robot vacuums.
I've got several if you're ever needing one. And actually, I don't. So,
let's segue to key #2.
That was a poor segue.
Yes, you've done better.
I have done better. Anyhow, playing footsie cannot be the bane of our hopes.
You didn't just do that, did you?
I just went there. The two-headed hydra on offense. Now, Burroughs has a great defense.
Right.
And our offense is already well into the game plan for that. But the two-headed attack of Tyler Foote, completing almost 67% of his passes,
and he's
much
only
like
a sophomore.
Evan Johnson. Yes, only a
Bane
sophomore.
and Foote are both sophomores.
Many good years to come. 13 touchdown passes, 874 yards, so great pass efficiency rating. He did have 2 picks last week against MICDS, so something to keep in mind. He is beatable. You can pick away at him, and much like England found out against Wales in the Rugby World Cup. Jake Bain, though, getting the ball on offense at running back. Bain, with a name familiar to us, 81 carries, 990 yards, 12 yards a pop, 13 touchdowns overall. So what we've got to do against these two guys is tackle well, contain, and unlike a teenage boy dating out of his league, don't over pursue.
Speaking of this, before we go to key #3,
right?
Schrader came to us with similar stats.
He did.
We held him to 99 yards on 27 carries, and then last week he goes to North and destroys them.
They held him under 400 yards.
They held him under 400 yards and just, 8 touchdowns. So they really contained him. But what I want to say is
North won.
Our defense did a great job on Schrader. I believe we can contain Bain. You're just saying we need to do
But it begins by paying attention to him.
Yeah, we got to slow him down. Key #3.
Key #3, win with little bites, not a big gulp. Get up big, don't get cocky. But if you do get behind, don't hang your heads. Encourage each other. Don't get all like a wildebeest on Benadryl. If you make a mistake, get past it. Go to the sidelines when
You
your
gotta have a
unit's
short
off the
memory.
field. You do.
If you make a mistake,
don't
the
hold
next
a grudge
play,
against
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Absolutely. The coaches will be there making the adjustments, and that's for them to demonstrate to you. This game is going to be won by consistent excellence. Little bites. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yeah.
And so the team that can do that most consistently is going to pull it off.
And I want to say this again. I really felt like we had the talent to win last year.
Yes.
Not every game goes to the best team per se, but I think if we execute, like you said,
Yes.
we absolutely are good enough. And I look forward to us getting this monkey off our back. Because I think when we talk this time next week, we're going to be celebrating a Wildcat win.
I intend to, and we've got the talent, and it's just going to be a great game. All roads have been leading
To this game.
moment.
So I want to say to everybody watching, and even to your friends and family, come out on Saturday. The game is at 2 o'clock, not 1 o'clock. It's a huge game. We want to see you there. Come support your Wildcats as they take on John Burroughs. See you next week.